Some of the greatest fighters in history weren't just warriors, they were philosophers. And the longer I train martial arts, the more I realize something strange. The best fighters I've met all think a little differently. They're calm, focused, almost philosophical. I've been training martial arts for about 5 years now. Over that time, I've met a lot of fighters, some beginners, some extremely skilled. But something started to stand out to me. The best fighters almost always have a certain mindset. There's a quiet confidence to them. They're not emotional when they lose. They're patient, observant, controlled. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized this mindset has existed for centuries. One of the greatest fighters in history was the Japanese swordsman Miyamoto Musashi. Musashi fought and won dozens of duels. But he wasn't just a warrior. He wrote a book called The Book of Five Rings, where he described strategy, discipline, and the mindset of combat. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. For Musashi, fighting wasn't just physical. It was a process of self-mastery. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote something that every martial artist eventually learns. You have power over your mind, not outside events. In martial arts, you can't control your opponent. You can't control whether someone is stronger or more experienced, but you can control your preparation, your discipline, your mindset. Anyone who has trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu knows the feeling of getting completely dominated by someone smaller than them. When I first started training, I thought aggression and strength would solve everything. But the longer you train, the more you realize something important. Fighting is as much mental as it is physical. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Difficulties show what men are. Hard training sessions reveal your mindset. Losing reveals your ego. Fatigue reveals your discipline." This mindset isn't just something from ancient philosophers. You can see it in modern fighters as well. Many elite fighters talk about mindset in ways that sound surprisingly philosophical. Former UFC champion Georges St-Pierre once said something very interesting about fear. He explained that before every fight he was terrified. But instead of trying to eliminate fear, he learned to manage it. The Stoics never tried to eliminate discomfort or fear. They believed those emotions were natural. What mattered was how you responded to them. When fighters talk about mindset, you begin to notice something. It overlaps with ideas philosophers were discussing thousands of years ago. Ideas about controlling emotions, accepting hardship, training the mind as well as the body. These ideas appear in martial arts gyms all over the world today. Martial arts doesn't just train the body, it trains the mind. And maybe that's why the greatest fighters in history have always been philosophers in their own way.